you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay.
Tapi, okay.
How are you?
Hi, Ms Jothi.
Hello, Safiah.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, we're good.
So as you know, my name is Amyra, and this is my friend.
Yeah, my name is Alya Safiah.
So
Hi, Noor, Alya, Safiah.
okay. So since our topic is about visual markers of marital status in Indian culture, specifically in Hindu culture, we chose you as our interviewee. So thank you so much for participating.
Yeah, welcome. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to share some of my knowledge with you all.
Yeah. Miss, can you please introduce yourself briefly?
Okay. My name is Ms Jothi Arnasalam. I'm a teacher in SK Jalan Selangor 1. Has been a teacher since 2006. This is my 15th year in the same school. Okay, where Amyra's auntie was my former head mistress in that school. Okay, I did my first degree in political science in graduated in 2001. Then in 2004, I continued my diploma in education at those days is known as Maktab Perguruan Ilmu Khas, majoring in English, minor in Seni. Then in 2015, I pursued my master's in educational management in University Malaya again. Graduated with a master's degree in education management in 2018, 2 years ago. So this is my educational background. And I'm also was very active during my school days with social activities, and I attended some religious classes in Klang Valley. Only these 2-3 years I took a break because I was doing my master's and I needed to complete my thesis.
Okay. So
is that okay?
I think that's good enough.
Yes.
Shall we start with the interview question?
Questions?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So first of all, we would like to know, what do you know about visual markers of marital status in Hindu culture?
Okay. Hindu cultures, there are many actually for the women and also for men. There are many markers, but as far as I understand with your interview, you are focusing more on the Sindur and Mangal Sutra, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, in your studies, you are focusing on these two aspects. But we have a lot, and I would like to stress here that there are two differences between the northern practice and the southern Indian practice. So the northern, more known as, mostly you have seen the Bollywood movies, the Hindi movies.
Yeah.
They have different names. Like Mangal Sutra is from, and Sindur also is also from northern culture. But for the Indian culture, we don't call it as Sindur, we call it as Kungumam. And Mangal Sutra is known as Tirumangalyam, or we call it as Tali, the yellow color rope that we tie around the neck. So these are the two major differences based on your questions lah.
Okay. So, do you think that these visual markers are important?
Okay, I think before that, I just need to add in some more for your first questions.
Yeah.
You asked me about when we learn about these Hindu markers, right? Yes, okay. We learn basics, yeah.
What do you know? Just more, what do you know first?
Oh, what I know about that. Okay. So is that okay? Or you want me to elaborate more?
I think that's okay. Safiah?
Shall I elaborate more?
I think that's okay. So we shall move to the second question. Yeah. So do you think that these visual markers are important?
Yes, these markers are important, visual markers, especially when you mention about the tali or Tirumangalyam and also Sindu, right? Okay. It symbolizes that a woman is married. Those days, the women normally, they don't look men into the faces. Okay, they will see the men on their toes. So men, when they are married, they wear toe ring as well as the women. So those days, people say that these markers symbolizes that a man is married. And apart from that, these markers are known as auspicious thing. We call it as Mangala Porkal, and they said it makes a woman to look more bright, pleasant, and very having an auspicious look. So she's not having a dull face. Okay, even when a woman is not wearing a potu on her forehead, we don't really you don't see a pleasant look that she has. So we encourage women to wear these symbols, because apart from its a social or religious practices, it brings an auspicious look, and they are known as Mangala Pakal. And as I told you that those days men, even now also Indian Hindu men, when they are married, they wear the toe rings. So when a woman who's trying to tackle this time now, a lot of people tackle married men and unmarried men. So those days, woman who want to tackle a man, when she look at the toe of a man, when she sees a toe ring, she won't disturb the man. So those days, people these practices have to social misconduct. So when a man is married, another woman won't try to tackle him. The same goes for the man. So when he sees these auspicious social markers on a woman, he don't disturb the women, because he knows that the person is married. So social misconduct was less those days, because one of the reason is these social markers lah.
Yeah, sure.
I just wanted to add, in ancient times, when we don't register marriages, right? Now marriages are legally registered, right? So now people are very modern. They can check whether a man is married or not. Okay, but these social markers are very important to the society.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So like for all the knowledge that you know about these visual markers, do you think that all Hindu women should at least have a knowledge about all this, or do you think if the woman does not know, doesn't have the knowledge about these visual markers, is okay?
Yes, definitely.
You wanna add?
I won't say it is okay, but technically it is okay. But I would say that it's a upbringing in a family. Like most of the Hindus family, the mothers will teach the daughters, because they are the one who will continue the tradition, who will bring the heritage, the cultural heritage from one generation to another generation. So when a woman is not aware of this, it means maybe her family members are not did not pass the knowledge to that particular generation. So it is a
So
lacking
who
in the
actually
society.
taught?
But I would say, I would like to say,
Yeah, so but, who taught you about the importance of these visual markers? Is it also your mother, or?
Okay. So,
yeah, my mothers and even my aunts in family.
okay. So since your mother and your aunts have taught you about this the importance of knowing about visual markers, at what age do you start learning about this?
Basically, it's about when we are 18 years old, after we attain our age, akil balik, right, puberty. So normally, but these visual markers is more for married women. So we will be taught when we are getting ready for a wedding. So that's why we have, like the Bollywood people, they have the henna ceremony, majlis berinai, as in Malay practice also. So we have, for the Hindus, we have Nalungu ceremony. So 3 days or 5 days before the wedding, the women or elder women in the family, they will come and they will talk to the bride. So they have a ceremony like merenjes, air mawar, and then they put on sandalwood powders on the face, and then indirectly they will pass these knowledges to the bride to be person. So like as far as one is about the Muslim, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Just so, how long actually have you practiced about these visual markers, such as Sindur and Mangalsutra?
A woman will practice this once she's married. A Hindu woman will practice this once she's married. Before marriage, they won't wear all these visual markers. They will only wear potu like what I'm wearing now. So once they are married, they have to wear the tali, and also they put a sindur on the forehead at the central point here. and they will keep these practices until the husband dies. Some women in current age, they still wear the tali, Mangal Sutra, but they don't put a sindoor. Once the husband died, they don't put the sindoor on the forehead, but they do wear the Mangal Sutra.
So, okay, so since you say that the knowledge will be passed down from the mothers and auntie, so like at what point or at what certain point of age will the girls should know all of the should complete the knowledge of knowing all this importance, why, what to wear, when is it to wear, all those important things. When at what age point was it like the girl should already know?
I think by the age of 20, even if he's not married also, by the age of 20, she's supposed to know all these practices.
Are you aware that many Hindus have stopped practicing this culture?
Yes, I do, but I don't agree to this statement completely. There are some minority, a group of people believe that these practices are too orthodox. I do agree because in modern days now, especially in the 21st century, there are people who feel that these are the orthodox practices. But this group of people actually are ignorant on the importance of these social markers. They don't know, so they don't practice. So they do not follow because they don't have the knowledge of these social markers. But you see, every ancient and traditional practices had this reason, right? So why we bring this from one generation to another generation. So I strongly feel that these people should seek for the information. And if they think that the practice is not suitable for them, then they can leave it out. But I could say that many young women now, they are not aware of the knowledge and they don't aware of the importance of wearing social markers. So they're just letting it by not getting knowledge. So I don't think it's a wise decision for them.
So why do you yourself keep on practicing the social markers of wearing the so
Okay,
like
why I do? Okay.
why do you still
I will share, Amyra, I will share some of the sites that have brief knowledge on how these practices evolved. Okay, I will share with you later in WhatsApp. But I would say, as you say, that in modern age now, people do not practice, right? But if you ask me, being modernized, it means that you are being modernized in education and social well-being. But being a modernized person, especially in 21st century, we will never abandon our parents. And same go for any other religion or any other cultural practices of other races. They don't abandon these practices. Okay, if you see these practices was evolved as early as 11th century. So when a practice is being followed for almost 1,000 years, so from since 11th to 21st century, it's about 1,000 years. So it shows how strong these practices have been adapted or applied or implemented by the Hindus. So it is part of Hindus' lifestyle, especially for the women. So when a practice evolved for this longer age of period, I feel that it's a pride for the Hindu women. It's not only part of cultural and social markers, but it's a pride. When you tie sari to temple, you look more elegant. When you go to temple, even when you go to do your prayers, you wear jeans and t-shirt. Would you feel comfortable? You have a proper attire, right? So these are the external attires for the Hindu women.
So do you think that the
And I do
absence of
agree
these
modern
visual markers?
I would just add a bit. In modern days, we don't see women wearing gold chain because those days talis were where they use the yellow rope, right? Okay, or yellow thread. Okay, but now people don't use that anymore. People like to put on gold chain. So in my sharing later on the sites, you can see different type of tali or different ethnic groups in the community. Okay, so people don't wear this gold chain for the purpose of safetyness. So it's okay not to wear, but when you at home you don't wear, it's okay. But when you go to temple, when you go for a wedding or a family function or cultural gathering, it is good to see that people are wearing it because it's part of our culture.
Yeah, sure.
I think I've answered your ninth question as well.
Yes. Yeah. So, do you think that the absence of these visual markers will affect the Hindu community?
Not really, but because this is a tradition, so I would say not really, but I don't see Hindu women are putting it by force. They love to put it. So once you're married, it is automatically a practice that she wears tali or mangal sutra, and she is proudly, happily wearing the sindurs. And even among the communities, the women are nurtured in that way. So it's not a compulsory thing, so it's not being a wajibkan or something like that. It's not being forced to wear, but people adapted it naturally.
Okay. So how will maintaining to like still practicing this social markers can affect your life, like as married or unmarried woman? How can it affect, like if you keep on
Okay,
practicing or you don't practicing?
so as I told you, it's not only part of a religious practice, it's to give you a pleasant look, a bright look, and an auspicious look. So by wearing it, I feel good and confident, and I feel happy and proud to be a Indian woman. I feel the others will feel the same as well. It's not only for the cultural or religious aspects. As a woman, when you put potu, you feel you have a good look, pleasant look.
About the first question about the visual markers of marital status in Hindu culture, I also read about wearing white attire during funeral or after a woman after passed away. Is it only in Hindu culture or in Indian as a general?
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I do found
Okay, as I told you
yeah,
earlier,
because I do
vast difference between the Hindu in northern and southern practices. Okay, the concept of caste system, you have heard about caste system, right? System kasta in Hindus. It was mainly brought in by the northern Indians, not the southern Indians. Okay, in southern Indians, we have a system where the people are grouped according to their job specification. Pengkhususan pressure. Okay, like my ancestors, they are known as goldsmith. So my grandfather, great grandfather, they were goldsmith. But when my father joined the military and he became a teacher, and now myself, my brother working in a bank, and myself working as a teacher, so we have different job specifications. So this so-called caste system was not by the Indian in southern India. Many people get confused because they see India in general, but these practices of caste system was brought in by the Indians in northern part. They brought all the system. Even as you asked whether when a husband is dead, a woman will wear white sari, and sometimes they had a sati practice, amalan sati. This one I learned when I was doing my first degree in UM. There is a the social cultural of Indian women and Indian people in India mainland. So when you look at some of the reading materials on internet, even when you see search elsewhere, you will see that Amalan Sati, like wearing the white dress after the husband passed away, it is basically brought in by the northern India. You can see very clearly in Hindu movies. But among the Tamilians or the southern Indian, this does not prevail. Even after a husband is married, she can still wear the Mangal Sutra. As I told you earlier, maybe they don't wear potu, but now I can see a lot of women are wearing potu because it's a cultural thing.
that's very clear. Anything more to add, Mira?
I don't think I have to add anything. Do you have anything? Do you want to add, Ms Jothi?
Okay, actually, I have typed out the questions that you have posted to me, and I put the answers on my Word document. Amyra, maybe I need your email address so that I can just add in some, and I try to put in some website where you can refer for more information. So at least rather than listening to a person, you have an educational sites to refer to.
Okay. So I think that's all from our assignment. That's all of the questions.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Ms
Okay.
Jothi,
All
for
the best.
helping us out.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much
yeah.
for your
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to share some knowledge, and I wish you both all the best and keep going.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care.
yeah. Yeah.